Welcome to our EMURGO briefing video series. This video is the 6th one in this new video series that we launched about 6 months ago. The goal of this video series is to keep you updated with all the latest developments from EMURGO side and most relevantly pertaining to the commercial adoption of Cardano. This time around we're going to cover 4 main topics which are all very exciting, and I'm going to kick things off by talking a little bit about YOROI. YOROI 1.8.0, the latest version, was just released a few days ago, and it's already received very warm feedback from the community, so thank you for that. If you haven't tried YOROI, please do head to the Chrome store or Firefox store. It's also available on mobile. You can download the wallet and you can store your ADA in a very safe manner on YOROI wallet. YOROI 1.8 now has the ability to add Cardano payment URLs. There's also the option to hide your balances on the wallets. You also have a new warning message if the connection to the servers fail. So this is great because in the past we've had a few instances where the balance wasn't instantly visible in the wallet and people would ask a few questions. Now, in the rare occasion that there is an issue with the servers, there's a clear notification that appears in the wallet that confirms that your funds are safe. They're just temporarily not being displayed. So this should prevent a few people occasionally from asking questions about the safety of their funds. Finally, we also added a number of new languages, amongst which Indonesian is the latest to have been added to YOROI. Next up, I'd like to talk about a number of very tangible marketing activities that EMURGO has been leading here in Japan, but also globally. The first one is something that you might have heard of, again, if you're a follower of our channels, the large-scale Charles Hoskinson EMURGO Showcase Meetup that happened right here in our EMURGO office in Tokyo on June 10th. We welcomed over 130 people altogether to the event, including a number of IOHK and Cardano Foundation staff, along with EMURGO staff, of course. We had 4 presentations from 4 different projects that EMURGO is currently advising, including USourcing, CoinCom, TAIPEI, and HeroBit. After these 4 projects presented their solution and how they will integrate with the Cardano ecosystem down the road, Charles gave a half-an-hour talk about Cardano as a whole, and there was a Q&A session afterwards. The feedback we got from the participants was overwhelmingly positive. We also had a few giveaways, so please make sure to follow our Twitter. We still have some goodies from the event that we're actually giving out, that we're going to be giving out throughout summer, so do stay in touch. Another offline marketing event that I'd like to mention is the TAMUKEN campaign that we carried out over the course of a month. It officially ended on June 22nd. On June 22nd, there was an event at the restaurant in Osaka. Our top leadership, including our CEO, Ken Kodama, participated in the event alongside a number of influencers. This event was very significant because it is the first large-scale offline adoption of ADA as a payment method. We had about 60 people come to the event, and everyone actually paid in ADA directly to the YOROI wallets of the restaurant. So we're very, very excited about this campaign that was successfully completed, and we hope that it's the first establishment of many establishments that down the road will eventually adopt ADA as an offline payment method. Finally, talking about marketing activities, but this time online, I'd like to take a look at the blog section of our website. Ever since I stepped into this role and started to hire the team that is now creating the marketing material and implementing this marketing strategy at EMURGO, a key focus of the strategy has been creating more content, and content that is helpful to you guys, to the community, that explains on one hand background information about blockchain and more specifically about Cardano. But the stance that we've always taken is to be a helpful platform for people to understand more of how Cardano will eventually be adopted commercially. So if we look at the blog section on our website, which I encourage you to visit regularly, we've published almost 1 article per day during the month of June. Exactly 26 blog articles were published, and again, they're all relevant in some form of shape to the adoption of Cardano. We write about different Conex subjects and topics. Usually they also get a very warm feedback from the community, so I do encourage you to go to our website and check out the blog section. Some of the most popular articles that we've published over the past month included an article about the top 5 places to spend your ADA in South Korea specifically. Also an article looking into more depth about how Cardano's decentralization process can help you throughout the release of Shelly that's upcoming. And another one that was very popular was a difference between ICOs, STOs, and a deeper look at security tokens and what they mean for the future and what they represent for the EMURGO strategy as well. If you follow us, you know that STOs is a major pillar of the strategy that we have started to implement since January. You might remember the Y2X investments that we announced also in January of this year at Japan Blockchain Conference. So again, looping back to the themes and the topics that we try to write about on our blog, they're all connects and related to the adoption of Cardano as a whole. So again, please do check out our blog, head to our websites. I'm sure you won't be disappointed. Next up, for part number 3, I would like to highlight a few key metrics that we've been hitting over the past 6 to 8 months. Most of these metrics are digital marketing focused, but I have a few other metrics that I'd like to share with you that are a testimony to the progress that we've made. First of all, I just talked about the blog articles that we published throughout the month of June. Combined since the beginning of the year, it's over 80 blog articles that we've written and pushed out to the community. We really believe, once again, that creating content that is helpful and useful for the community is the best way to carry out our brand message. Another metric that I can share with you, which is extremely recent, is our total online following, which is now at 65,000 online followers. So thank you very much to all of you who have already subscribed to our social media channels. We're growing very fast, and it's thanks to you. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do consider subscribing and help us to hit our objectives. Help us to preach Cardano to a larger community of people and further drive the adoption of this amazing technology. In terms of websites metrics, you probably know that the website is a core pillar of our marketing strategy as well. It's where we publish all of our content. Ever since we revamped the website about 6 months ago, we've seen tremendous growth in visitors to the websites. We are very close to reaching 10,000 active users on a monthly basis on the website, and that for us is an amazing metric. It's over a 70% increase compared to where we started in January 2019. So thanks again for your support. Make sure to head to our blog to read more of these interesting articles. Final metric I want to share with you, which is not directly related to digital marketing, but it's those people that make all of the achievements that I just mentioned possible. The final metric is about our team here in Tokyo, but also across the world, in Korea, in the US, and Singapore. My team has an exact 1-to-1 gender parity ratio, which is something that I'm very excited about and I'm very proud of, to have both male and female coworkers contribute to the greater mission, to the adoption of Cardano as a whole. That is a metric that to me is very important, that is not directly related to digital marketing, but that I did want to highlight to kind of close off this third part. To kind of wrap up the video in this fourth part, I'd like to take a look at the public recognition and the PR impact that we've generated from EMURGO and for the entire Cardano project over the past month. The first topic I want to touch upon is the strategic alliance that EMURGO is now a founding member of, the Pink Care Token project led by Binance and a number of other leading blockchain companies. This charity alliance aims at supporting and helping over 1 million women from underdeveloped nations. And us as EMURGO, we're very proud to be able to be a founding member, to support this charity, and to hopefully benefit the lives of over 1 million women. Next up, I'd like to mention Keisha DePaz, our global digital marketing manager. Most of you know her. She's very active on Twitter and all of our social media channels. She gave a beautiful speech at Seattle DEVCON blockchain conference on June 29th in Seattle. Again, people in the room, about 50 people listening to the speech, 400 attendees at the conference altogether. Everyone was very happy with the content that she shared with the community. She gave a talk on the top 3 tips on how to market to a crypto community using obviously the EMURGO and Cardano brands as a showcase. If you weren't lucky enough to actually see her presentation live, it's available on our Twitter, and her presentation material is also made available online. So do head to our Twitter and make sure to check that content out. That same weekend, the weekend of June 29th and 30th, in Tokyo this time, we also led successfully a local hackathon in partnership with ANGELHACK. ANGELHACK is a very famous and renowned brand globally that organizes hackathons and partnerships with companies and universities. We had our lead engineer, Sebastian, head over to Tokyo and guide about a dozen teams of students to actually take a look at some API provided by one of our partners. They looked at the code and tried to build prototypes over the course of the hackathon. Once again, very warm feedback from the participants, from the community, and we are going to write an article detailing the results of the hackathon, so stay tuned for more information. Finally, speaking of conferences, our advisory team led by Yoshida spoke at a staking conference in Beijing mid-July. Very warm reception as well during that conference. We also participated alongside IOHK and Cardano Foundation in the World Blockchain Summit in Taipei, also around mid-July. A lot of people attended that very large conference. And upcoming throughout summer and a little bit later this year, we're going to participate in a few other large-scale international conferences. These conferences include World Blockchain Summit in Singapore this time in July, where we'll be present, as well as Block Show Asia in Singapore as well. Bali Blockchain Conference and Hanoi Digital Summit. Both of these conferences in Bali and Hanoi have more of a government focus to it. Different ministries and government representatives will attend these conferences. And it's a great opportunity for us, having this strong presence in Asia, to be able to meet with the leaders of these countries and explore more ways in which we can promote the adoption of Cardano in these regions. I'd like to invite you all to stay tuned in our social media channels. We've got a number of summer giveaways planned for you. I know that many of you guys out there like Cardano memorabilia, so we have a few tricks up our sleeves and we've prepared a number of very cool items for you to register and hopefully win, bring home. So head to our Twitter. Please make sure to check if you're subscribed. Do feel free to participate in the different giveaways that we're going to roll out throughout summer, and I'll see you very soon for another EMURGO update.